let's get in there. So, recap. Fingers crossed that our connection stays steady. We begin our session with your arrival in Wildewitch. You had found, firstly, the flask of spectral glowworms that flared with your different emotions as you passed it around before returning it to Coriander. Her and Badger went on their ways, but did send you in the right direction to find the Wildewitch crossing. One by one, you fell into the crossing until you all made it to the other side. And it was there that you realized that the ground you had found was not good for camping. No good rest could be had there. But as you were moving out, two figures came to meet you. A half-elf and a human. And it seems that for a while your purposes in this realm do align. And they invited you to travel with them. So, as you move to find... No, it was in the morning that Ulcus and Kiri came upon you, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was after you. So, now as you move, you are heading towards the domain of night under Ulcus' guidance. So, that is where we enter into our session. As you are moving through, do you do anything along your journeys?
Not at home. I'm wary of the people we're walking with, but other than that.
Yeah, I'm kind of keeping an eye on Olcus, but I'm sticking pretty close to everybody. How far ahead has he been walking?
Not terribly far. About 15 feet has been his longest gap, but typically sticks closer to about 10. Enough that he's within, get my attention distance, but you'd have to call out to him to really sort of talk to him.
Gotcha.
Kiri has been ever curious and sticking beside your group. Currently, she is putting her curiosity on Lorcan.
Mm.
So, you're keeping an eye out. If you're trying to keep a read on your newest companions, I would say insight checks. But if you're just trying to keep an eye out on the realm as you walk, perception. So, let's start off with Cecil and Avi first. Ulcus hasn't been very discreet about the fact that he has something to hide. He has told you that his business is his own, but that it aligns with yours. And he seems cold, perhaps aloof, in a way that very much sends lone wolf vibes. Cecil, however, you can tell with your 16 insight, he is ever alert, keeping an eye out for danger, and he strives to never go too far from the group. Perhaps there is more there. The two of you also notice Carrie. She is quite loud, at least in her personality, and as Ovid put it so aptly, a bit odd. She reads like an open book. But Cecil, you see that there is hints of a knowledge about her. Perhaps more wisdom than she lets the childlike visage really afford. But she seems eager and curious of each of your members. Bracken.
Yeah.
As you move, you start to hear something in the distance. Footsteps. Heavy. They don't seem to be perhaps coming towards you. Just present.
Gotcha. I will kind of just be like, hey, something's out there.
Can we stop the group and kind of look and listen?
Yeah. As you stop, takes about a moment for Olcus to kind of take a notice, but it's not very long before he stops as well, looking back to you all. Lowly calls out, "Why have we stopped?
Something out there."
We're in ogre territory.
Ah, well, that's probably what it is then.
Just be careful. Don't draw too much attention to yourselves and we'll be fine."
That should be easy enough.
All else fails, you'll hear them coming from quite a distance away.
Fair, I can hear one now.
So, do you wait to listen more, or do you continue your progressions?
I'm cool to keep moving.
Yeah, the faster we get through ogre territory, the better.
So, after this pause, this break, and you begin to continue walking, Cecil, you feel a presence next to you. And looking up, you see Kiri. She smiles down at you, some of the moss braided into her hair coming loose.
Yes.
So why did your parents name you Bagel? Or did you name yourself Bagel?
It's an identity I've recently chosen for myself.
Oh, are you like a criminal? Are you on the run? Did you do something bad?
I'm just tough like bagels.
Yep. Bracken's gonna look over his shoulder at that comment and kind of give him a look, and then just keep going forward.
Huh. Maybe bagels are different. Where they're pretty chewy, where, you know, when I've gotten bagels.
Same thing.
Chewy and tough are different things.
Not where I'm from.
Where are you from?
I think our relationship's a bit fresh to be talking about that, but I'm sure you've never seen it.
Oh, well, probably not. I haven't seen many places. But I like hearing about them.
It's a secluded city, hidden away in a dark wood.
Ooh. You could be from the domain of night and not even know it. And she, with that, skips ahead.
I'll roll my eyes a bit. Just keep an eye on them.
Okay. So. And as Kiri sort of moves to be a sort of mediating force between where Ulcus sort of scouts ahead and where your group sticks close together, not a part of your group, but just at the front. Lorcan leans in to the rest of you. Alright, so how are you all feeling about the tall one there?
I mean, she's she means well, I think. I don't think she means us any harm. I don't think she could do any harm. It's the other one I'm concerned about.
I'm not so quick to trust.
Would it be rude to take a peek at what they're thinking about? Or
I mean, probably, but you know, if we're sticking together, it would be understandable to do something like that.
Do you take a peek?
thinking about it? Yeah, I'm not really too concerned about Kiri, but I am. I'm gonna subtle spell detect thoughts, um, and direct it towards Olcus.
Okay. Let me just. So, you immediately hear it is almost a rote of the different plants that he is visualizing, and at that same moment, those thoughts are either tinted with a sort of warm, bright, or shadowy feeling. So good, neutral, bad plants that he's noticed, but doesn't say anything as they're not quite pertinent at this moment. He seems quite confident with his steps, and you get a ever-present understanding of north. And every time that there's a moment, you're not quite hearing it, but you hear where Ulgus, in his mind, ogre movement, potential small animal, and lists off the different names and possibilities. So his surface thoughts are all upon the track and you're leading. Doesn't seem to be noticing much.
Okay.
If you press in deeper, you know that he will know. Whether you are successful or not does not matter.
Yeah, no. Let's, I'm conflicted. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. We don't need any extra tension.
Learn anything useful?
Well, I know that that plant is bad. And that there's a small animal about that way. And we're going north.
Well, you're not heading north, but you know that Ulcus has a ever-present sense and understanding of north, where
I
it
think
is.
Avi would know which way we're going.
I mean, I'm just letting you be aware that, well, I mean, Avi could 100% interpret that as we're heading north. Avi knows
Yeah.
that it's just that there is an ever-present understanding of where north is in Ulcus's mind.
He's thinking about north a lot. That's about all I got.
At least he's focused on navigating.
Mm.
We're still just following him blindly, though.
I know. That's what bothers me. And how quick he was to agree to help us.
I mean, what are the chances that we've jumped to a different veil to only bump into the only person who's also looking for the same hag we are?
Well,
Do not mean to perhaps send doubt, as Ron whispers in. He was assisting someone else, and we have presented an opportunity for him. Perhaps he was not looking, but biding time.
I don't know. Still makes me feel kind of icky.
Well, he's not turned on us yet, so I think that is a boon. And we don't know how long he's been traveling with Kiri, but if he's not hurt her, then I mean that must mean something, yes?
I suppose.
She could be acting here, and they could turn on us at any time.
That's very true, but if they do that, they might be dead.
Just need to keep an eye on them.
Mm.
So, let's get survival rolls as you are moving through ogre territory, and because you have Ulcus leading you and assisting, you all can roll with advantage. not a quick passage. It's about a few hours. But you all are able to make it through without any issue. The closest that you come to an ogre sighting is the few traps that you see that they have set up. It seems that these ogres are fairly smart. But each of you are able to maneuver out of them before they are set off, though it was a close call with Bracken on one of them. As you get into less crowded forests, more meadow-like passages, again you have the dark twilight sky with just the faintest ribbons of light that stretch over clouds above you. And it's so beautiful, isn't it? Carrie says amongst your group as she stares up at the sky.
Yeah, it is.
So, I know that you guys are new friends, and we don't know each other very well, so I was thinking that we could play, like, a little get-to-know each other game, and that way we become better friends.
What are you thinking?
So, one of us, whoever is it, they give their favorite color, and then we each go around and say something that reminds us of that color.
Okay.
Does that sound fun?
Sure, why don't you go first?
All right. So, I'm Kiri, and my favorite color is brown.
Bracken bites his tongue for a second, and then he goes chocolate.
Tree bark.
Mama's garden.
Thanks, Lorcan says. Oh, I don't know. Wood? The sun. And as everyone kind of gives their answer, she looks expectantly over to Ulcus. Snakes. And Kiri beams. Okay. Neckcrab, it's your turn.
My name is Net Crab, and my favorite color is red.
Ooh. I'm gonna say, the Court of Autumn.
Fire.
Oh. Sunset.
Carissa. Ansel looks up. Hair. And Avi, you see where Ron looks to you. Roses. And Ulcus from the front. Blood. And Kiri's smile stays wide.
My name's Avi. My favorite color's green.
Dragons.
Leaves.
You know that feeling when you have everything to pick from and you can't really even think of it? Let's go with limes. Limes are green.
Working family. And Ron. Grass. Ansel. Novice. And from ahead, you hear Ulcus. Apothecaries.
I'm Bagel, and my favorite color is purple.
Oh, that's a difficult one. Royalty.
Wine.
Seashells.
Violets. Snails. And Ron looks to think. Beauty. And from up ahead, Ulcus, Cogrin. Go ahead, as Ulcus says that if anyone wants to roll a history or a nature check.
What do you say?
Cogrin. You're unsure, but it sounds like a proper term. Proper noun. It is specific.
Miss Sour Glum.
Me too.
It's a different kind of pain, guys. My immersion.
He's still here.
Same universe. So, as Lorcan's about to go through and go haze, you see where up ahead Ulcus halts you all. But Ulcus, we were just having fun. Shh. I think sprites are about.
Sorry, sprites.
Yeah, you know, like the soda.
Different universe.
Yeah, they're nasty Fey type. And this close to the border, I would not expect them to be very kind.
Well, then what do we do?
Move quietly, carefully. And let's get some stealth rolls.
Uh-oh.
Avi,
Mm-hmm.
can you choose a small item that would be on your person, not bound by any sort of bags?
A small item, huh?
Yep.
Oh God. Excuse me.
That would be Egan's ring.
You feel immediately the force that comes by and lifts it from you. What's this that we've got here? And you hear the buzzing of wings just outside of your reach.
Give that back.
Oh, you must really want this.
I do. Give it back.
And you see that there is a tiny face that looks at you, almost a mix of elf and bug with solid eyes and a dark indigo skin, and there are a whole pack of them that begin to flutter around you guys. And it seems that she really wants it. Should we give it to her? And you hear some negative answers amongst the others that very much seem that they would like to keep it. You feel beside you, Avi, where Ron goes to draw forth a magical blade. You can feel the casting position that she is beginning to take. But she holds, waiting.
I need that.
What are you willing to give for it?
What do you want for it?
As the creature looks down at you, each of you. You know, I'm quite fond of firstborns. Any of you a firstborn child wanting to come home with me?
That's disgusting.
It's fun.
I don't see why we need to trade you something for something that's already ours.
Well, because it's mine now. It's in my hands.
It ain't yours.
It's mine to give. I can give it back, of course.
Then give it back.
Not for nothing. If you don't like what I've offered, perhaps you would like to offer something yourself?
Well, you see, you could have that, or you could have what's in my hands, and he's going to reach into his pockets and pull two fists out. What do you think?
It's an interesting offer. Bracken, what is your passive perception?
Passive is 12.
Okay. As you're looking at this sprite ahead of you, there is a stinging sensation on your hand as another one would bite it right on the thumb.
Could I wince through it and try to
Give me a
keep that
constitution save.
Constitution save?
Mm-hmm.
Almost base 16.
Okay. It is a... it's on your right hand, if that reveals anything. As unfortunately
it
an
does
8.
not. My right hand will open up.
Alright. As your right hand opens up, is it empty?
My right hand was empty, yes.
You see this one that holds Avi's ring. Well, since I was promised something that was within hands, I'm going to decline that offering.
Well,
But
you
it
don't know what's in the
seems-
other one now, do you?
I have something.
You like tricks. Like being clever, perhaps. You could share that cleverness. Answer a few riddles. And I'll give it back if I'm amused.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, be ready for a lot of this.
And as the you see where the sprite would use the ring almost like a bangle as she sticks her hand through it to see how it looks upon her arm.
Fine. Riddles.
We'll start off with an easy one. The more you take, the more you leave behind.
Take more you leave behind. And then I'll try to get a huddle up together to get everybody on the same page and try to figure this out. Alright, what do you guys think this could be?
I think all these fey creatures need better hobbies.
Believe me, there's a reason I left. It's always like this. But what could it possibly be? I'm thinking rice, but I probably
Rice.
yeah, you know, because whatever you pick, the more you the more that you take. There's always more rice, you know.
No.
It's definitely not that, but
What's
yeah.
something you leave behind?
Lorcan nudges
Nothing.
Cecil, always leaving on broken hearts.
Thanks. That's
That ain't funny.
a terrible time to bring that up, Lorcan. Thank you.
That's my husband's ring.
And we'll give it back.
Bracken, I really thought you just had empty hands and were gonna punch them.
You know, first, right out of the gate, you're probably right. I should have, but I figured we just got here, and decking one of these things would just be a problem.
Steps.
That's correct.
Good job, Abby.
Then we'll be
No, I did say riddles.
One riddle for one
Oh,
ring.
we're gonna
That
be
seems
here all
even.
day.
You already agreed to the games. Let's not change the rules. Another one. What is so fragile that saying its name breaks it?
Silence.
Oh, you're so smart, aren't you, lost child?
Just out of curiosity, how many more are there?
We'll see. What has a heart that doesn't beat, a mouth that doesn't eat, and a back that doesn't sleep?
Heart that doesn't beat.
Kiri will lean in. It reminds me of the color blue.
Would it be the sky? You guys think that's the right one?
Hmm.
What about the heart of the cards?
Why, yeah.
And I was bringing things up at the wrong time.
Kiri, what about the color blue makes you reminded of it?
She just gives you a smile.
Super helpful, okay.
Olcus rolls his eyes. Do any of you here speak Sylvan?
No.
Nope.
I mean,
Shockingly.
you would have had it. I would say you would have kept your Sylvan language from if you had it as a racial.
Oh, I probably did. Oh, that's right. I went ahead and I forgot to do that when I changed. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably had Sylvan.
Yeah, if you had Sylvan as a racial, I would say that you did not lose that.
Awesome.
You hear where Olcus mutters under his breath a single word. And it is river, is what he says.
Oh, yeah. One of them.
You see that the sprite's eyes narrow, her claws grip tighter against the chain. One more riddle. What is full all day and empty at night?
That could be anything.
Lorcan's flask.
Ha!
That's not funny.
We'll get the ring back.
Wait, because you're not helping.
I'm not very smart at riddles aren't my thing, more of my sister's thing.
I don't know. Shoes?
Go ahead, make for me a dexterity saving throw. Anyone who wants to try and catch the ring. Reckon you catch the moment that the creature just lets the ring drop. Frustration and its teeth bared in an animalistic sense. You catch it before it even hits the ground, and can easily return it to Avi.
I do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You have it back.
Shouldn't have taken it in the first place.
You should have had a better hold on it.
What a fun time we all had here.
Lucky you ain't dead on the ground.
Oof.
Can I get a wisdom save, Avi?
Natural 20.
You feel a pressure against your body trying to push you down and make you into a shape that isn't your own, but you resist against it with ease. And this sprite seethes.
Can we go now?
Yeah, I think we can.
As you all head out, Olcus doesn't take the lead. In fact, he waits for you all and gives you all a direction to walk in. Takes the rear, and if anyone wants to, you can roll a perception check to see what he does. Avi. You watch where he pulls out a flask, gives it a shake, and as he makes a divot in the ground, pours it in, and it's some sort of cream-like mixture. As he moves back, he also takes out a handful of what looks to be different beads and places them around, and then goes to join you and your group. He doesn't say anything about it unless anyone asks.
I'm gonna ask him about it.
It'll keep them off of our trail. It should acquire their interest for a moment. Cream laced with honey, and it'll be like an ambrosia or some sort of intoxication for them, and a handful of beads, shiny things.
Got it.
We've not long till nightfall, as he once more moves through your group up towards the front, where he takes the lead once more. And go ahead, as we are getting close to the border of the Domain of Night. You've been walking for quite a bit of time this given day. It's time for a rest. Let's get some survival checks to find a spot. All right. Yeah, easily enough, especially with the assistance of Kiri and Olkis and the others in your party, you find a resting ground. You find your supplies for camp, the firewood, and you clear away the spots for setting up your bedrolls. And as camp is set, Ulfus looks to you all. Do you have rations, or shall I go forage for us?
Should we get the pot out?
Yeah, we got this.
We do have that, yeah, I have the cauldron still in the bag.
We haven't used it yet.
Uh-oh.
So. Cauldron of Plenty. So, you pull it out, and almost immediately you see where Ulcus kind of stiffens.
You alright?
An interesting stench that thing has.
Yeah, well. I didn't want it, they did.
It's probably totally cool.
You must forgive me if I reserve my judgments. So, 4 people per gallon that enters into the cauldron. You have 8 in your party currently.
Oh, we need water, huh?
Mm-hmm. I need 2 gallons.
Is there a stream nearby that's would be safe?
I can go look for one. 2 gallons, you said.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with you.
I appreciate the company. So, Ulcus and Cecil head off. Cecil, as the 2 of you head off, go ahead, roll for me a survival check. Okay. You're managing fairly well. Ulcus doesn't seem to make much effort to keep pace. He always stays just slightly ahead, but you, based on what you had seen earlier, pick up on the spots where he's also very much reining himself to not leave you behind. Like, he's actively making sure that you're keeping up. As you look about, keeping your awareness of the forest, you do begin to hear the beginnings of a stream. And as you arrive to it, It's not very large. And you are unsure of how long it would take to get a gallon, 2 gallons worth. And if you have anything to carry it back in when Ulcus looks to you. You have a water skin, yes?
I do.
May I see it?
Sure. I hand it over, narrow my eyes.
Okay. You see where he empties it of whatever is currently inside of it. Whispers words in that same strange tongue you had heard him speak earlier. And then hands it back to you.
I look in the water skin.
Just see the water skin, empty. And you see him repeat the same ritual with one of his own before he kneels down next to the river and begins to collect water.
He filled mine up?
No. He emptied it and then spoke,
Oh.
and then he did the same for his, and now he's filling his water up.
What'd you do?
An enchantment. It'll hold more in its current state.
Okay. I'll start filling mine up.
Okay. He doesn't seek out any sort of information. He's made it known that he knows that you have not given your real name, but he also does not push for any sort of reasons beyond that. He seems to be content with his understanding of situations that he's in.
I'm just gonna keep watching him out of the corner of my eye and not do a good job of filling up my water skin.
I would prefer you pay attention to what will bring us food than worrying if I'm going to stab you in the back.
I look more at my water skin, but just a little bit, like 5% of the corner of my eye.
You do not have to trust me. I don't expect you to. I don't ask that you do. But I would prefer it if your suspicions did not interrupt our working relationship.
Just filling up my water here, bud.
I'm just putting that out there.
Noted.
Okay. Cecil. There's a sort of burning sensation that begins in your chest and travels down your hand. Can I get 3 d20 rolls from you? Actually, no. 4 d20 rolls from you.
You may.
Thank you very much for that. Coming from your fingertips, as you try to figure out what this sensation is, you see 4 beams of fire, 2 of which will strike a distant tree. The other 2 boil into the stream itself, as it seems that the thinning of the veils have chosen you as a conduit, and you have cast Scorching Ray.
Ah. I don't like this place.
As you startle, Ulcus quirks up his water skin. If it's any consolation, I don't think this place enjoys you as much as well.
Great. Then I agree with a place. It's very upsetting.
Is your hand burned?
I look at my hand.
Doesn't seem more than just a bit of irritation from the magical outburst.
No, I think I'll be fine.
Is your water skin full? It would be.
I don't know. You did a magic thing. Sure, I've been filling it the same amount of time as you.
Debatable.
Wow.
Alright, that's fair.
I just
Go
had to
back.
head back. And as Orcus begins to lead you back, Cecil, we come back to Bracken, Avi. You've been with Lorcan, Ron, Ansel, and Kiri, waiting for your companions to return. And what have you guys been doing?
Gee, I sure hope everyone out there's alright. I would hate if anything bad happened to them.
Oh, like if Ulcus kind of went crazy and killed someone, like, you know, if he had like a secret dark side.
That would be messed up too.
Does Bagel have a secret dark side? Is Bagel gonna kill Ulcus?
Who knows? Yeah, you know, that guy's crazy. I once watched him just straight up, you know, somebody asked him what time of day it was or what the weather was outside. I forget the exact question, but he just punched a hole in the guy's chest. It was crazy.
Please roll a deception check. Cool. It very much looks that Kiri believes you wholeheartedly.
Hell yeah.
I don't think we got to worry about nothing. Got faith in both Cecil and Ulcus seems a quite right ranger.
Yeah, everyone should be fine.
Avi, you feel a squeeze to your hand, and Ron's looking at you. It's a silent check-in. No, you can see the look on her face, asking if you were okay.
I shake my head.
She just gives a hold to your hand, another squeeze. Doesn't move.
I'll lay my head on her shoulder.
It's not long that Cecil and Ulcus are away, and when they come back, they have full water skins. Ulcus approaches the cauldron, face scrunched in some sort of disgust or discomfort as his water skin begins to be emptied.
Alright, let's dump everything and all the water in the cauldron.
Mm-hmm.
Do it up.
So, between Ulcus and Cecil's water skins, with the fresh spring water, you've got roughly 2 gallons of water here. Alright, who's gonna be stirring the pot?
Can someone taller stir it, please?
Oh, I can do it! And Kiri raises her hand as she stands up.
Okay. Go for it.
Oh, You see that she's about to like pick up her staff to use it, and then looks around. Does anyone have a spoon?
I got cook's utensils. You could use those.
There would be a spoon in the cook's
There would,
utensil.
yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah. Before she can just wipe off the bottom of her staff with her skirt, you hand her a spoon, and she begins stirring. And stirring. And stirring. It is about a minute after that you all smell the scent of stew in the air. Hearty. And you see the shift of water into a thick broth, and then little bubbles and baubles of vegetables and meat begin to appear. Whoa. Oh, that's a cool trick. Now we can add stew to our game of things that remind us of our favorite colors.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So, there's enough stew again for everyone to get a bowl. It's warm, perhaps not gourmet, but flavorful. Any conversations do you have over dinner?
I'm still watching these two.
Kiri eats a very curious way. She picks out all the bits of her stew with her fingers, pops them into her mouth almost like popcorn, and then at the end slurps down all the remaining broth. Olcus, again, kind of like as he leads, keeps a little bit away from the party, positioned in a way that he can keep his eyes on you, but also on the forest around you all, and eats quietly and on his own.
Kiri, how did you come to travel with Olcus?
Well, he knows the land. So I know that I kind of mentioned it, but there was an attack on my people, and I got lost. Well, I guess my family got lost since I'm right here. I'm found. But so Olcus is helping me find them.
How long have y'all been together?
Oh, we slept together a few times, so maybe. And Olcus pipes up.
Wow, that is not what I meant. But okay.
It's not like that. She means that we've bedded down. We've been traveling for a week before we came across you all.
Got it.
And your
Kraken looks
people-
over and gives a little eyebrow wiggle just in case, but
There's no reaction. Kiri sees no issue with what she said.
fair enough.
Your people were here on Vale de Farah.
My people are on Vale de Farah, yeah. Or at least, we sometimes were. It was really weird, because sometimes, we would have the everlasting, same sky, and then sometimes we wouldn't.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
So you've never had, like, the sky just freeze in space?
Not where I'm from.
Well, I guess we really are from different places. And she goes back to picking the bits out of her stew. how about you guys? You guys have been traveling together. That's how we found you all together.
Goodness, how long has it been?
It has been a minute, to say the least.
I mean, we did have that few month break. Like, close to half a year. Maybe even closer to a year at this point. It's been a while.
That sounds about right.
So. Wow. That is a very, very long time. And never once until now the sky stopped with you guys being together.
Yeah.
The world is so weird. As dinner comes to an end, it comes to your decisions on who keeps watch. Ulcus is quick to volunteer himself for the final watch.
I'll take first.
Second works for me.
All right, I'll bring up the rear.
So it'll be Avi and Ron on the first one. Cecil and... we'll do Cecil and Ansel on the second. And then Ulcus and Bracken on third. So, as you all bed down, anyone who wants to... you would all notice where Ulcus does some around the camp preparations before he beds down. If anyone wants to roll either a perception or an insight check here.
Oh wait, that's whoops.
All right. Avi and Bracken, he's setting traps around the camp, likely in case anything decides it wants to come closer. But as soon as he has done that, he beds down. Very simple. And Avi, first watch begins. It is you, and it is Ron, and go ahead, roll for me a perception check.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Do you wish to talk about it?
Hasn't left my neck in almost 2 years.
I am sorry that it did not leave upon your choice.
Yeah, well. He's back now. left of him.
Do you know what? And if you do, you do not have to share with me, but do you know what happened?
Not for sure. But you can imagine. Try not to.
And she nods. It is not the same, but knowing what a outcome is and not knowing how it led there does not change the fact that sometimes you are still curious, even if it isn't safe or smart.
Yeah.
I know you said that you try not to think about it. I've known my way around the records of the libraries in Wintervale. If that story is one you want to know, I can look into it when we've got time. If that is something you would like.
I don't think I want to know.
And that is fine too.
Maybe one day.
As your watch progresses, there is no disturbances to your camp, and the first watch comes to a conclusion. Cecil, Ansel, you are woken up for the next watch.
I'd be spending equal amount of times watching these two newcomers as well as looking outwards.
Roll a perception check, please.
Yeah, that's about right.
So, Ulcus sleeps very still and in a very stiff position, almost as if he's ready to jump up at any given moment, though his face is relaxed, giving the indication that he is truly asleep, or that he's a very good actor. Kiri is a very, it seems, active sleeper. She has tossed, she has turned. Currently, she is splayed in a acrobatic feat of a position, and is releasing a bit of a snore.
That one's a bit odd, isn't she, Ansel?
She is. I don't
Do you
know
believe-
what to make of it.
Do you believe any of what they say?
I see no reason not to. Though it's very easy to fall prey to tactics of manipulations in cases like that, but I find the fault does not lie with me in believing what is told to me. Deceptions are sins of others, not a burden for believing.
Alright, that's a lot deeper than an opinion I was looking for, but that's cool too.
Sorry, should I awaken Lorkin to give you a more base opinion?
No, don't bother him. But if you trust the wrong person, you can get yourself and others into quite serious danger.
This is true. I'm not saying that there are not consequences, but the act of believing someone when they say that they need help, or that they will help in a particular case. There's no fault, no flaw in that belief.
Still seems too risky to blindly trust someone we just met.
You are quite right. But I've seen in my traveling with this group instances when we first met Ron, there had been an incident of trusting the wrong peoples, or at least it could have been. She was a statue. I don't know if you've heard that story. Horrible tree defeated, and a statue, and then all of a sudden, she was there. Definitely not someone to take for an entirely trustworthy being. It was about that same time that Avi had joined into our party. She had been on the end of a deceit, trapped with some survivors meant to be sacrifices. And yet still she's here with us. Trust may not necessarily always be immediate, but if you don't take a leap of faith every now and then, you'll never know what's truly out there. I mean, we did that with you, and Ansel gives you a look.
Yes, when you came upon me, it was clear that we both had the same enemy. We just bumped into these people in the woods by happenstance.
And Orcus claims that he has an enemy that is common with ours.
Claims.
Do you not believe them?
I think that the coincidence is too great. At least to trust them so implicitly up front.
Then you hold your mistrust, your caution, and I'll keep my faith. And somewhere in the middle, it will be what we need.
Good. Thank you for your approval, and I'll kind of walk off and take a couple laps around the camp.
Careful of the traps that have been set? Or-
Yeah.
So,
Can I look at the traps?
yeah.
Well, I guess the only thing I'm really trying to figure out is if they're trying to trap, like, is it more of an alert type trap, or is he actually trying to snare something, and how big?
Roll investigation checks. Very much it seems to be an alert system. You see that these traps are set up with little bangs that you can imagine are full of some sort of black powder or spark as it's set off to trigger a reaction that would alert anyone nearby should it be set off.
Cool. I'll make note of what he's done,
Okay.
and I can just continue taking my laps around.
Okay. As you take your laps around, nothing seems to catch your attention. And your watch continues and passes with no disturbance. Third watch arises. And Bracken,
Oh yeah.
you are woken up at about the same time that Ulcus is awakening.
Bracken's gonna do, some morning stretches, shake it out, get comfy, and while he's doing or taking watch, he's going to start making breakfast for everybody.
Okay. Go ahead, give me a perception check, please. Okay. So, you begin setting up for breakfast. Ulcus seems to get up, stretch, keeps quiet, keeps to himself. Doesn't do any sort of overly strenuous exercise routine like Kari has in the past, but he makes himself ready for the day, for the hike that is coming, and for whatever fight could be. And as you are beginning to make your breakfast, what are you putting together?
I'm just using some travelers' rations and things to kind of make a hash. Using dried beefs and sun-dried peppers, things like that, to really get, the foundation going. Obviously, we won't have eggs for a travel like this or anything like that, so none of that. But some bacon as well, whatever it may be. A traveler's breakfast through and through.
As you are putting together this breakfast, both you and Ulcus seem to snap in the direction of the eastern wood as you hear a crack of a branch. I think something has smelled the food that you are making. As you see Ulcus kind of get low and reaches down for a blade underneath his bedroll.
That might be the case. I'm gonna walk my way out a little bit to see if I can ascertain a better view of what is making all that noise.
So, as you walk, careful of the traps. Is Brad?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You see where Ulcus moves as well, but doesn't actually move further than where the trap line is. He's staying close to the resting remaining portion of your party. As you move a little bit closer to the depths of the tree line, give me another perception check, please. 12. It's full of shadows in the everlasting twilight. You're unsure of what could be out there. So you keep your eyes, there's motion, but it comes at the same time as a breeze. Something's out there. You're sure of it. But they seem to be smart and not alerting you of their presence any more than they already have.
I'm gonna pick up a little like rock or pebble and just throw it in that direction and see if anything comes skittering out.
You do disturb a few of the birds as they flutter off. You can hear the sound of perhaps other small creatures that scurry away in the underbrush, but nothing comes out to greet you.
I'm gonna stay put and just try to listen just to make sure.
Let me just check something. You don't hear anything. It goes quiet for a few minutes.
I'll head back and stir up my hash then.
As you stir up the hash, Ulcus does not seem to fully relax, keeping his eyes on the tree line.
As long as Ulcus is looking out, then we should be good.
The rest of your watch goes by without any issue. You all will gain a long rest. And as you awake, it is to the sound of sizzling rations, the smell of a breakfast, and the sight of a tense Ulcus, blade in hand.
Hey, Neck Crab, what's his deal?
We heard something earlier. We just wanted to make sure it was all good. I finished up breakfast while he kept keeping watch.
Oh,
I suggest
Oh,
that
boy.
you eat quickly. I don't think we are as safe here as one might presume.
I'll start dishing up. How's the cooking?
Let's find out.
1d20, intelligence, and proficiency.
Some efficiency. Right. 4.
It's pretty good. it's not the best of hashes as they may go, but for the ingredients that have been utilized, it's fairly genius.
You've done it again, neck crab.
Give him a quick stern look and be like, thanks.
As-
Surely.
Yeah,
No,
no,
go
continue.
ahead. No, we're good. We're good.
Yeah. Kiri is the last to wake up, and she's about as loud a waking up as she was sleeping, as she stretches with a groan, a few pops of muscles, or of joints, just the muscles off the bone here. I smell breakfast.
It's the neck crab special.
And if you're hungry, come get some.
Don't mind if I do. And she gives you a wink.
Yeah.
Hi. So as Kiri grabs breakfast, you all are able to eat. Kiri once more picks apart all the different bits of her food and eats them one by one.
What's Ulcus doing?
He's keeping his eyes on the woods. He's not shifted in that. As breakfast comes to a close, he will go to remove his trap circle, but he is alert.
That's not the direction we're going, is it?
No, but it is closer than I am comfortable with. Creatures here, even more mundane ones, they have an intelligence about them. I don't wish to know who all has been close enough spying on our camp, but I'm worrying that we'll find out anyway.
Hmm.
Is the sun up yet?
There's
Or
no.
is it light?
It's eternally twilight.
Alright, well
There-
that's annoying.
Yeah.
Should we go out where he heard the noises and take a closer look now that everyone's awake and alert? See if we can find signs of anyone?
I mean, you remember what Bracken said? That don't kill anything unless it's trying to kill you.
Well, I just want to see if there's any.
You know, our friend back
clues.
home, Bracken.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. The fairy.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of, I'll look over like somebody looking over a pair of glasses at our travel companions to see if that elicits any response. Me full well knowing probably not, but Bracken just like, it could happen.
So what happens is that the information itself doesn't get any response from Kiri, but your look does, and she gives an over-exaggerated wink to you.
Bracken
Ulcus,
kind of shelters back in and starts his hash.
yeah, Ulcus again, very kind of on the alert. Doesn't partake in the morning hash meal. Instead, just takes a ball of unsure of what it looks like. You see different sorts of nuts and other things in there before he pops it in his mouth and begins to chew. Never really looking away from what he has his eyes on.
everyone's had their fill, we best be packing up and getting moving, I guess.
Let us be alert. Again, I think whatever paid us a visit this morning is not finished with us. As you pack up your camp and as you begin your progression outwards, Olga says, we've got about a half-day's journey until nightfall. You would understand at this point that nightfall means when you reach the domain of night.
Mm.
So, let us get survival checks as you head out. Oh no, no survival from Bracken. He just trips over a rock.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, bad timing. I ran to the restroom real quick.
Yeah, no worries.
Survival check. It's okay. It's pretty good.
Bracken,
Yeah.
as you
Yeah.
all head out and begin your path, it's maybe about 2 miles from your camp, along the path that you walk, that you see the heavy footprints in the dirt here. Massive paw prints of some canine beast. You're pretty sure it's some sort of wolf.
Some sort of big dag creature out here. Like a wolf.
More wolves, huh?
Wolves aren't a problem. Remember?
Yeah.
Olcus looks over his shoulder at your group. You said wolves?
Looks like it.
And there's a curse in Sylvan. Be on your guard then.
Yeah, sure. Trouble's there.
So it's a bit further before perception checks, everybody. Cecil, you hear it. The crack of the flora are around you. What must be a bit of underbrush, a vine. Hard to say for sure. But it's fairly close, whatever this interruption is. Bracken, Avi, all you get is the sensation of being watched.
That's not a good feeling.
No, not really.
You, Cecil, besides hearing the crack, hear a growl, low. And it almost sounds like some sort of word trying to form upon a strange tongue. You hear the unsheathing of a blade as Ulcus, now he's got a curved scimitar and a dagger in his hands as he takes a defensive position, stepping back to close the distance and tighten the group together.
Where are they coming from? Are we surrounded? Or is it coming from everywhere?
It does seem that it's coming from a little bit of everywhere. And then the pack emerges, snarling teeth, and the lips pulled back, fangs heavy, and saliva drops down. You have 6 wolves here. 3 that cut off your progression forward, 2 from your left and right, and then 1 directly behind you. There is a gleam of iridescence within their fur, making them a bit unnatural. They are large. Easily one could overwhelm a number in your group just by size alone. But the pack is here, and it seems it is here to hunt, and that it has found its prey. And we are going to roll initiative. Alrighty. So. That is bam. And then. Cool. So, it is our wolves that go first. And then after that, it is Cecil, Avi, Bracken, and then the NPCs. So, our wolf pack rushes in and goes for strikes against your group. One will rush towards Cecil, 1 rushes towards Bracken, 2 rush on to Ulcus at the front, and the other 2 will remain at the front and at the back, blocking any sort of easy passage beyond them. So, we'll start off with the attacks towards Cecil. As it rushes forward towards you, it's going to try and claw at you first. with an 11. That'll miss. And a 15 on the second strike as it tries to snap down its jaws upon your shoulder.
Miss.
Alright. Bracken.
Yeah.
The first attack against you is a 16 as it tries to claw at you.
That matches.
Okay. So you are looking at... That is going to be 14 piercing damage. And then it will miss on its bite as it tries to snap its jaws around your shoulder.
I was if possible, I'm going to use the scarf
Yeah,
to negate that damage.
100%. And then the two on Ulcus, the first attack misses. Second attack will strike. So Ulcus is bit. And that is... Oof. Massive amount of damage. And Ulcus is knocked to the ground as the second wolf descends upon him. Successful claw strike. And successful bite. So... That is going to be... Alrighty, so... Cecil, it is your turn.
I will go and help Elkus by attacking the wolves on him.
Alright, so, you will be provoking an attack of opportunity from the wolf upon you.
That's fine.
Alright. The wolf does not take it. You reach where the wolves are on Ulcus, and 18 will hit a wolf. Alrighty. And anything else from you, Cecil?
That's it for now.
Alrighty. Avi,
Hmm.
what do you wish to do here?
How far is that wolf in the back from us?
35 feet.
Oh, goodness. Okay, we're gonna go for a ray sickness.
Okay.
I don't like how you said that. A 12.
Alright, what you see here is that as the ray of sickness is shot at the wolf, the iridescence of its fur shines a bit brighter as the spell is redirected at you.
Oh no.
Does a 12 hit your AC?
No, it doesn't.
Then you're fine.
Okay. Oh, this is a problem.
So, Avi makes it aware to everyone that this is a problem. Do you do anything else on your turn, Avi?
Yeah, we're gonna give a verdict to Bracken.
So,
Is that a D8 right now?
It is a D8.
I need to read something here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
Okay. Bracken, you're fine. You've got a D8.
Wait, what
I'm
do you
sorry,
mean by
what?
that? Wait, what do you mean by that?
Nothing.
What was that all about? Wait.
No need to worry about it. You're fine.
We're worrying about it.
I'm
We're
worried
gonna have a
about
wild
it.
magic surge coming.
So,
Okay.
it's your turn, Bracken. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna punch a wolf.
Okay, you've got a wolf
I'm
in
gonna
front of you.
Punch it really hard.
Both of
hit?
those hit.
for 17 damage.
Okay.
Is that wolf still up?
Oh, most definitely. This is the first time this wolf is getting hit.
You got it. Another 11 there.
Okay.
And that will be turn.
Alright. As your turn comes to a close, Bracken,
Yeah.
it is going to be our NPCs go. And let's just roll to see who's going to act in this moment. That is going to be Ron, who is going to move next to Avi and take the... She's going to hold an action as in her hand a shadow blade appears. And it is our wolves go. The two at the front and back hold their ground. Bracken, the one on you, is going to try and strike you once more. That is firstly with the claw strike. A 10. And
Nope.
then, yeah. A 19 with a bite.
That will hit.
For 8 points of piercing damage, and I do need a strength saving throw.
8 damage and a strength saving throw. Has a 25.
You stay on your feet as this creature tries to tear your body down to the ground. You can hear the growl. And this close, even though its mouth seems to be filled with your clothes, it sounds almost like it's trying to speak Sylvan. We've got the two that are on Ulcus, where now Cecil you are next to. One will continue to strike Ulcus upon the ground. That is a definite hit. That is a definite hit. The other one turns to you, and Cecil, can you make for me a strength or not a strength, an athletics or an acrobatics check? Alright. You are not pushed away as this creature tries to shove you prone, which will in turn, he's going to try and snap at you, bite down. And misses with a 15, so you're fine. The other one is going to bide its time, waiting, watching to see who makes a move. And Cecil, it's your turn.
I'll attack the one that's attacking me.
Okay, go for it.
I'll try again. Alright, that's cool.
So, unfortunately, those do not find purchase upon your target. Avi,
Mm-hmm.
it's your turn.
What? Is there one within 30 feet of me?
That would be the one that was on Cecil,
Mm-hmm.
that Cecil ran from.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go towards that one.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. Okay. That's a natural one.
Anything else on your turn, Avi?
We're gonna give a bardic to Cecil.
Alright. Cecil, you get a bardic inspiration. And as Avi, your turn comes to a close, this wolf now eyeing you as you stand in front of it. Bracken. You've got a wolf.
Yeah, I do have a wolf. Let's fix that. That was an 18 and a crit.
Yeah, both of those will hit.
18 plus 8, that's 26. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. And then is that one still up?
It is.
What the hell? We're gonna go for a flurry of blows. We're just gonna really, really push this to the limit here.
Okay.
Where are my? There it is. All right, cool. Key point spent, and then tracker. Do those both hit?
Both of those will hit.
On the second one, I'm going to add a superiority die
Okay.
to do a trip attack as well.
Okay.
So that will be that, and then my superiority die is currently a D.
I want to say it's a D8.
Yeah, it's another D8. Okay.
All right.
So that will be another 24 points of damage, right?
That is a
Yeah.
wolf down.
Awesome. And
And
then I sweep the leg and trip.
as
Alright,
the wolf hits the ground, you all hear the fearsome growls and howls as they take notice of this. And anything else, Bracken?
No, that'll do it. I'll move to get in a flank with someone.
All right.
I have 45 feet, whoever's closest.
You could get into a flank with Avi. She's alone by our wolf.
You got it. That's what we'll do.
You hear Cecil, the strained voice of Ulcus. He's bad move, and it's going to be Kiri that goes this turn. And Kiri, looking about, assessing the situation, is going to go over to where Ulcus is, and what does she do? She goes in with a there's a quick flick of her hand, and she releases a small flare of magic where you see one of the wolves, Cecil, that is over by you and Ulcus, specifically the one that stands in front of Ulcus, chomp down upon the air and seems to absorb the spell that was cast before she reaches down and places her hand on Ulcus's chest and will do a cure wounds upon him. And Ulcus is healed somewhat. As it is now our wolves go. We've got a bite coming towards Avi. With a 14.
Yeah.
That is 13 piercing damage, and please give me a strength save.
That's a 4.
You are knocked to the ground, and then I need a athletics or acrobatics check from Bracken.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Okay. You avoid the shove of the back leg that tries to kick you down to the ground, as well as this creature.
Does that count as a missed attack?
It does count as a missed attack.
I'm going to use a superiority die to riposte that.
Okay.
It will take 1 damage.
Well, you need to make the attack roll.
Oh, that's... yes.
of 14 just hits.
Okay, cool. 1 damage.
1 damage in addition to your normal damage.
Sorry?
You do an attack. This provokes an attack of opportunity, so you get to roll your actual damage and then your superiority die damage on top.
Sorry, I'm trying. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Fine, good.
It's a new subclass.
Yeah. Alright, so it would be, on top of the...
Right, so you get the 1, because that's your superiority die, and then you have your normal damage because your attack hit.
Okay. Cool. So that'll be 6.
Cool. So... with that, we've got the wolf on Cecil. I'm gonna go in for a bite. That is a 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
That is 12 points of piercing damage. Please make for me a strength save. You're fine. He is going to go for his claw strike against you as well. With a 21, that'll hit. For 15 piercing damage.
Ow.
Uh-huh. And the one on Ulcus is going to go for some strikes as well. Both of which will strike. One just barely. And that is it for our wolves at this moment, as we come to your turn, Cecil.
I'll attack back.
Go for it.
I'll swing it. 20.
24 will hit. Alright. I will remind you that you do have a D8 if you want to try and add that onto
Oh, yeah, I'll do
your
that.
first one. An 18 will hit. Ooh. Pretty good damage. This one is starting to look a little roughed up, but still in fighting condition. As Cecil, your turn will come to an end then, yeah?
Yes.
Avi,
Mm-hmm.
it's your turn. You are in a flank with Bracken on this wolf, except that you are knocked prone.
Well, I'm prone, yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna get up and reestablish the plank,
Flank reestablished.
and we'll slash at it. That's a 23 to hit.
Oh, for sure.
That's 8, and I'm gonna add psychic blades. Which
Okay.
is 3d6.
Woo!
For another 7 psychic.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds right. Yeah.
So that is a heavy strike against this creature, but he still seems to growl and be in fighting condition at the end of your turn. Well, at the end of your attack. Do you do anything with your bonus action?
That was my bonus action.
Psychic Blades is a bonus action.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So, then that I believe is the end of your turn, Avi, as Bracken. We come to your turn. You are in a flank.
So, that is what we will do. We will use that flank. Bye-bye. It's 21.
This wolf is still up.
And we will go for another strike.
Okay.
Another 9.
Anything else on your turn?
No.
Alright. This wolf growls over its shoulder at you. And with that, it's going to be our NPCs go. who will act on this turn? That is an Ulcus go. He is going to try and kick up off the ground. So as he moves up, he is going to take the shove attack. And this beast is pushed off just away from Ulcus, enough for him to stand up, but not too far, and with his blade drawn, he is going to rush forward and slash at this creature's face. And that'll be a hit. So, oof. Poor damage, but damage is damage here. And that is it for our NPCs go. It's now our wolves' turn, and the one between Avi and Bracken is going to turn itself on Bracken and go for a bite with a 22.
And we're gonna go ahead and use our scarf again.
Alright, so as your scarf comes into play, it's going to go for a claw strike.
Yep.
And that is going to be a 23.
Wow, yeah, that still hits. That one will go through.
Alright, that is going to be 20 piercing. However, if I remember correctly about your scarf, I just need to check the wounds here real quick.
So it would be on the first one, since the first one was a hit. I believe, at least.
It's immunity to the triggering damage, which is the piercing type. So, you don't take any damage.
Wow.
If it was a different damage type, then we'd be, looking at something. But
Gotcha.
so with that, it is going to then be the one on Cecil goes for a bite. That is a natural 20 against you, Cecil.
I accept.
Okay. For 25 piercing damage. And I need a strength save.
Oops. It'd be a 19.
19? You're fine. You stay on your feet. And however, the second strike goes for you. That is unfortunately going to be a miss with a 13.
Oh, darn.
So, with that, we've got the one on Ulcus, who's going to go and try and get Ulcus back on the ground. That is a successful hit. Ulcus takes the damage. Does Ulcus go back on the ground? No, Ulcus stays on his feet. And a second strike misses. So, with that, Cecil, we come to you. The ground beneath your feet is being torn up by the massive claws of these beasts. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll attack this one again.
Go for it.
16.
16 will hit. And with that, the wolf in front of you crashes into the ground.
Cool. I'm going to use second wing and tack on my Fey Restoration.
Hell yeah.
So 15 there. Plus another 6. 21 healing.
Hell yeah. As Cecil, you call upon this well of health. Avi, it is your turn.
Right, let's swing at it. It's a 14.
Just hits.
Great. That's 8 piercing? Yeah.
All right.
And because I never do it, we're gonna add the shadow thing.
Heck yeah. Yours is actually D6. So you.
I need that. See?
Yeah.
I had it written down somewhere. So another 9.
As your blade sinks into the creature, it tries to reflect and absorb that shadow energy that you call, but it overwhelms as this wolf crashes to the ground. You have 3 wolves left, 2 that stand low watching and protecting any sort of way out. The other fighting Ulcus. Anything else on your turn, Avi?
Yeah.
So, with that, Bracken,
Good.
what do you wish to do?
We're just gonna keep getting these walls.
All right.
They hit buttons.
The one that you and Avi were on has fallen down. You have one that is on Ulcus that has been damaged, and the other 2 that are remaining are the ones behind and before your group.
We will flank with Ulcus.
Okay. 15 hits. 14 just hits. Alright.
Cool.
Do you do anything else on your turn, Bracken?
And that will be all.
Alright, this wolf seems to be snarling as it snaps, turning towards you, but it is going to be our NPCs go, and it is once more Carrie who's going to act, and she is going to provide help for Cecil. So, our wolves go, and the wolf immediately turns from Ulcus onto you, Bracken, and is going to try and knock you to the ground with a bite. $16?
Matches.
Okay. 12 piercing damage, and please roll for me a strength saving throw. You're fine. And then its claws come forward, trying to strike at your side. And misses with a 13. And then our other 2 are going to rush in. 1 rushing for Ron, and 1 rushing for Cecil. $26 to hit Cecil.
Yeah.
That is going to be 8 points of piercing damage. Please make for me a strength save. You're fine. And then roll for me either a strength, either an athletics or an acrobatics check, please. You are not knocked to the ground as it tries once more to shove you down. Goes for Ron, who gets a natural 20 against her. Oof. It's a heavy amount of damage, but Ron's rocking. She's doing fine. And then she has to stay standing. Unfortunately, she does go down, but that's fine for this wolf as he's going to rush forward and go for the next person, which would be Lorcan. And Lorcan has to make a check here. Lorcan also gets knocked prone to the ground. So, with that, Cecil, it's your turn.
Is this one in front of me still up?
Yes. No, the one that you were originally fighting is down. You have a new one that rushed into you.
Cool. Then that's my target.
Mm-hmm. Where's our nat 20s this game? They were all taken up during the
Wolves.
right? They were all taken up during the last session. Although I bet,
Great, I'll have a talk with them.
yeah, you gotta talk to Lexi about it. But you do manage to strike at this wolf as your hammer comes crashing down, but it seems in fighting shape. As with that, Avi, it is your turn. Oh, looks like we've got an AFK Avi. So we'll hold Avi's turn for just a moment here. Bracken,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
All right. We're gonna keep going after that. La Creatura.
Alright, that'll hit. That'll hit. And that one goes down.
Beautiful.
You've got one on Cecil and one that bowled over Ron and Lorcan.
We'll go for the one that's on Cecil.
Alright. You can get into a flank if you would like.
I would love to.
And what would you like to do here?
Actually, yeah, whatever. That'll miss. I'm assuming.
13 just misses. Alright. Avi, will you come back to the turn we held for you? You've got
Well-
2 of them left.
Yeah, I'm going for the one that went for Ron.
Alright. Go ahead, give me your... You can make it over there with a run as it's now standing over Lorcan, but...
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I don't hit.
Oh,
But I'm there.
You're there. 100%. Do you do anything else on your turn?
No, that's it. I'm here.
Alright. It's going to be our NPCs go. And who amongst them? It's going to be Ulcus, who is going to rush over next to Avi, and as he does so, take 2 swings of his blades. As he closes in on a flank. The first strike hits, and so too will the second. So, bam, bam. The last 2 remaining wolves have been struck at this point, and it is now our wolves' go. The one between Avi and Ulcus is going to try and... Avi, can you make me an athletics or an acrobatics check?
Yeah. It's a 25.
You are able to dodge as this creature tries to knock you over as it turns to go for a bite on Ulcus. However, it does not manage to strike as Ulcus pulls out of the way just in time. The one between Cecil and Bracken is going to go for a claw strike against Cecil first. Nope. That's a natural one. And then a bite against you as well, Cecil. But a 12 misses just as much. So you're fine. As Cecil, we come to your turn.
I'll attack this one right back.
Go for it.
Is Bracken flanking?
Bracken is in a flank. Alright. This guy is in rough condition, but still standing, growling at you.
That's it.
Alrighty. Avi, we come to your turn.
Right. I've got a flank with Ulcus.
Yeah, Ulcus is in a flank with you.
Okay. That's a 22 to hit.
Definitely hits.
That's 8 piercing, and I'll add a psychic blade.
Go for it.
That's really good. 14 psychic.
That is massive damage there. This creature lilts off to its side and growls. Again, it almost sounds like words as it snarls at you. Bracken,
Yeah,
we come to you.
we are gonna go for it. We are gonna go and strike the one between me and Cecil.
Okay, you have a flank.
21 damage.
That is another wolf down, leaving just the one near Avi, Ulcus, and Lorcan.
All right, and we will make a move to that one. Can we flank? Sure.
There's no open flank.
Got it. I will set up for a flank then, and I will use a bonus action strike.
Okay. That hits.
Cool.
Alrighty. This one's looking rough. As Bracken, your turn comes to a close, it's going to be our NPCs. And it is Lorcan who gets to act this turn. So Lorcan's going to roll away from the wolf, pop up onto his feet, and he's going to take a shot. And that is a strike. And then the second attack, another hit. Minimum damage. This guy's looking real rough, but he's still standing at the end of Lorcan. By the Pantheon! One wolf left. Raging, massively upset here. Going to go for a bite against Avi. 21 hits.
Yeah, it does.
8 points of piercing damage. And I need a strength save as it takes where it's got your wrist in its mouth and tries to throw you against the ground.
17.
You keep your footing. And then it's going for a claw strike against Bracken.
Yeah.
Since you would be the next in line. So a 21 to hit you, Bracken?
Yeah, that'll hit.
For 16 piercing damage.
These things. Why?
And Cecil, it's your turn. One wolf left. In real poor condition. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go smack him.
Go for it. There's an open flank with Bracken that you could close.
I'll do so.
Cecil, would you like to paint me a picture as your last two strikes bring this wolf down?
Yeah, I'll come at it. Hopefully it doesn't see me, but the first strike will go towards the back legs, try and sweep him out, and then the second attack straight down the top of the skull. It's off balance.
As the momentum carries your hammer down to the ground, it's almost like putty, like water flowing, that the wolf follows. No resistance, and then lays limp. As you all catch your breath in the aftermath, Ulcus, let's be quick. Once we get away from here, we can heal up.
I'm gonna help Ron up.
She gives her thanks as she stands. But as you all move to find somewhere defensible, or at least safer, that is where our session will come to a close this evening. So, thank you to our viewers, thank you to our players, and thank you to Sirenscape, who provides all of our background music, ambiance, and sad trombone. You can find out more about them by heading to their website, sirenscape.com. While you're on the internet, you can check us out more at our website, wildewitch.com. That's wildewitch.com. It's got all the ways you can find us on the internet, all the fun things we've got going on, and the invite link to our Discord where you can come hang out with me and our players and playing some games yourself. I'll see you guys in the next stream, but until then, may the ever-burning light ever guide your steps. Laters.